Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. I wanted to just hang out with you and answer a question. Somebody was asking me what's the easiest personal loan you can get, and so I say or the best personal loan you can get. And I would tell you probably your tribal lenders is probably going to be your best emergency personal loans. And the reason, let me take this off. The reason is that because like with tribal lenders, again, because they're not governed by they're governed by their own statutes or whatever, right? And so what that means is basically they have their own regulations, so they can charge as high interest as they want. But here's the good part about it: a lot of your tribal lenders, because they don't really focus on your personal credit, right? They focus on your ability to be able to pay back the loan. Check this out. Hold on. So, like, you would sometimes see like fish coming up here. All those ducks that are over there, they was just up here. Then they ran down there when I pulled up. This is a pretty nice spot to hang out at. But going back to what I was saying, like max personal loans, right? So with max personal loans, the thing about it is they are a tribal lender. And the cool part about it, they go up to $50,000. So that's the only tribal lender that I've come across that actually offers up to that amount. And again, the thing about it is they're not about the personal credit. Man, I am tripping. I'm stepping on this grass with my new shoes on. Anyway, going back to what I was saying, this grass is wet. That's the reason I'm tripping. But going back to what I was saying, that max personal loans, being a tribal lender. Now, one of the things about it, when I be telling you guys about these loans, they're not in all 50 states. So that's the big thing about it. All these lenders, they're not in all 50 states. So that's one thing. Now, another one of your lenders that you may want to look at is, and I talk about Avant a lot too, because here's the thing about it. With some of these lenders, like Avant, it uses a VantageScore score, right? And so it's going to do a soft pull before you get the hard pull. Now, with the VantageScore score that I've been telling you guys is that with the VantageScore score, it doesn't matter that you have multiple authorized users on the file. It doesn't matter if you have you may have like high inquiries, right? So they don't trip off of that. They mainly focus on your ability to repay the loan. So that's the reason why that I continue to talk about some of these lenders and stuff like that. Like if you want like just a small $5,000 loan, then again, your tribal lender, Credit Cube, right? So with Credit Cube, they offer up to $5,000. But again, not in every state. So like you have a high debt to income ratio. When you have a high debt to income ratio, then what you're looking for is lenders like Universal Credit, right? I'm just trying to, somebody smoking. And they're enjoying it too. So they're looking at these high debt to income ratio like 75%, right? But here's the thing about it. With Universal Credit, you have to have at least 2 accounts on the file. Okay, you have to have at least 2 accounts on the file. And so they usually, the only state that Universal Credit may not work with is the state of New York. All right, so that's something that you have to also consider looking at which ones, because I know the biggest challenge is a lot of people like in New York, it's hard for them to get loans and stuff unless you're going like to your banks and your credit unions and stuff like that. New York does have like, I think it's Metro Credit Union, and they're fairly good to work with people. But in terms of like these other loans and stuff, sometimes it may be more challenging because of the regulations and stuff. Let's see. You also have like the platforms. The reason I try to stay away from the platforms with you guys is because with the platforms, I know that they are more likely going to trying to see what those ducks are chasing. See over there. So you can, most people just ride their boat in here, but you actually can fish in here as well. You know, as a matter of fact, if you all know that that rap group New Boys, you know, the New Boys that had the song Jerk, and Can't Tie Me Down with Ray J, over this way as well, you know. So it's like Dodgers that stay over here, a few of the Dodgers that stay over here, you know, so you have different people that stay over in this area. So which is cool, you know. But I like it because, again, you have your lake, you have your own dock, so you have your own dock and stuff like that. So that's the reason I like it over here. As a matter of fact, you see this lake? This lake go further back. Over here on the 4th of July, it's crazy. It's crazy because everybody out on their boats and stuff like that, you know, out on the docks and stuff, just partying and barbecuing and stuff like that. So it's pretty crazy. With that being said, going back to some of your easier, like net credit, right? So again, a lot of people still don't understand how net credit works. With net credit, netcredit.com, the thing about it with them, again, I keep telling people, they're going to do the soft pull. But once they do the soft pull, if you actually accept the loan, they do the hard pull. But my thing is, because NetCredit, they offer the personal loans of $10,000, and then they offer the loans, the lines of credit of $4,500. And I always tell people, I would go for the line of credit for the $4,500. The reason is because the line of credit for the $4,500, once you get it and use it, they only charge you interest on what you actually use. So that's the reason why I tell people, you know, whenever you see a company that offers a line of credit versus a loan, always go for the line of credit, okay? Because it's so much easier to work with. You have, you guys have to excuse me. Like I was telling you all about Yendo. I don't know why people have cars, they may have equity in them and stuff like that, and they don't even use Yendo. Yendo, you don't do a hard pull on the credit. So I'm like, okay, why not use it? And I told you all to play. You may have family members or friends that have cars sitting in their driveways and stuff like that, that they're not driving and stuff, that they may need some money or whatever, and you be able to say, hey, if you title that car over to me, let me get a loan, and then I will pay you back once I get the loan. And Yendo offers you up to $10,000. So that's the thing about it. It's like finding the resources to actually help you, you know. And that way, again, especially people with high interest. Oh wow, look at this skeleton. I didn't notice that. Look how tall that skeleton is. Can you imagine that skeleton, you walking up at night and that skeleton showing up? That's huge. So the thing is, dang, twice my size. But nonetheless, trying to find lenders that are emergency loan that don't ask for a lot of paperwork. That's the key of what you want to actually get. That's the reason I tell you, like Fundo, right? So Fundo doesn't do California, doesn't do New York, but it works with all the other states. So if you self-employed and you making at least $1,500 and you've been doing it for at least 90 days, then Fundo would probably be the lender that you want to go to, because they give you up to $10,000. All right, now that is a merchant cash event. So all of the lenders that I'm talking about, the interest rates is going to be much higher. Okay, so that's one thing you have to understand. The interest rates is definitely going to be much higher, but at the same time, if you need $5, $10, $25,000 right away, and the banks don't want to work with you, credit unions don't want to work with you, then you have to do what you got to do. And that's the reason I'm always trying to share those other resources with you, like I was telling you about finding unclaimed money when you go to unclaimed.org and stuff like that, using places like that to see if you have money out there, or going over to webapps.dol, Department of Labor.gov, and seeing, do you have old paychecks out there from old companies you work for? Places like that, where company you maybe work like maybe 2 or 3 days and they never sent you a paycheck, right? So you may have money out there, but you just don't know about it. So that's the reason why I continue to tell you guys, don't just depend on these loans. Look at other resources to help find money. All right, so I got to get ready to go, but I appreciate you guys supporting me and stuff like that, and I'll see you in the next video.